Hey guys, welcome to The Bows. Today I'll be talking about two fighters in particular from Great Britain that are very interesting to look at now, and that's Paddy Pimblett and Tom Aspinall. So I'm going to start with Paddy Pimblett. So Paddy Pimblett got his first UFC victory over Luigi Vendramini, and he looked pretty good. I mean, his striking showed some serious deficiencies though, but he looked like a fighter. You know, he comes forward, he doesn't take a backward step, or not too often, and he's a brawler though. You know, he hasn't showed a lot of technique on the feet in my opinion. His offensive output's very high, and when he's coming forward, he can afford sometimes to have his hand down and his chin in the air, but against the better strikers and the more seasoned vets in the UFC, it's going to be a tough out, so they better strategically pick his fights so they can build him up properly and let him have time to mature as a fighter and his technique on the feet. On the ground, from his highlight tape at least, he looks like a wizard, you know? He throws up a lot of flying triangles and stuff like that, and his ground game looks really good from what I've seen so far. But his striking showed some serious deficiencies from what we saw in his fight, and he got caught in the fight. He showed he had a chin. He got caught with a big punch, got a little hurt, but he's got to tuck that chin and have his hands up more. A lot of people were saying he throws his punches from the hip, so they're actually kind of hard to kind of pick up on that angle. It's a different angle that you're not used to when you're trying to defend, which is fine when you're coming forward, but when you're not coming forward, when the other guy's coming forward, you can't really afford to do that. You're going to get caught eventually, you know? So he's got to work on that, and he also backs up in a straight line when his opponent is coming forward, and you can't do that either. But not to say he doesn't have serious potential as being, you know, like he said, a cash cow for the UFC. I don't know if he's quite the guy he thinks he is, being like the next Conor McGregor, but I think he could be big. But I don't think he's going to be the next Conor per se. That's a hard comparison to make. But yeah, I think he can be good. The UFC just has to build him up right, and he just has to work on his offensive and defensive, mainly defensive striking abilities. It'd be nice to see him develop that complete game. You know, I mean, we saw Charles Oliveira develop a striking game in his career. Didn't really have that type of game in the beginning of his career, and now he does. So I think there's still a lot of potential for Paddy Pimblett. You have to build him up properly. And now on to Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall made really short work of Sergey Spivak, and he did it really easily. He threw a knee to the body into a same side elbow in the clinch, and that really hurt Spivak, and then he just followed up with punches, and he was able to stop the fight. Guys like Aspinall and Ciryl Gane seem to be like the new wave of heavyweights. These more athletic guys, more technically sound guys who are a little bit lighter, who can move better, just in general. They move like middleweights, and it's very impressive to see. And the things you could draw off quite a few parallels between him and Ciryl Gane. I would say Ciryl Gane's probably more athletic. Tom Aspinall is still a really fantastic athlete, and I believe they're both pretty humble. Tom especially is humble. He's not trying to build himself up too fast. He just wants the guy ranked in front of him now. They move up the chain of command like that and not rush anything. And I think that's very smart on his part. He'll gain a lot of experience that way, and by the time he's at the top, because he will be fighting for a title at some point, I can almost guarantee it, and I think most people would agree with that, then he'll be as ready as he can be. And he's still young, he's only 28, so it's very interesting to see what happens with him. He's the most exciting prospect by far in the heavyweight division now. Ciryl Gane, not a prospect anymore. He's an interim champ, and he's going to be fighting for the belt next. So he's the real deal. He was the big prospect just a year ago. You know, he still only has like 10 pro fights, Ciryl Gane, which is crazy. And Tom Aspinall doesn't have that many more. So it's very interesting to see these fighters progress who don't have as much experience in pro MMA on paper, but they're just so talented and so athletic and so skilled, and have very developed games in so many other areas of martial arts that when they come into mixed martial arts, they look fantastic. Alright guys, that's all I got today. Leave a like, subscribe, and let me know what you think about these two guys, Tom Aspinall and Paddy Pimblett. Let me know if you disagree with my opinion. Let me know if you think they're going to be the next big thing in their respective divisions. Let me know. Alright guys, till next time, peace.